Alright, so first let's go over supplies. First thing I have is baby powder. With the baby powder, this is what I found to take the bubbles out. I especially saw bubbles around the edges, like around the edges here, and anywhere around the dots and on the lines. So someone in one of the Facebook groups I followed told me to use baby powder. Just powder it like you would flour a cake pan. Did that. No issue at all. When I took them out, they didn't even have any baby powder on them at all. It didn't discolor the resin. It was still black. It was still pretty. So this is my tip to get you guys to not have bubbles. One of the things to get, make sure you don't have bubbles in your resin. So we have baby powder. We have these mats. These are cutting boards from Dollar Tree. I left a little gunk on there because I'm going to show you guys how I clean it. Super simple. These are 2 for $1 at Dollar Tree. You can't beat that. So I use those. People say you can use silicone mats. I don't have the money for that. I have 5 kids. I have a husband. He works, but we're working on one income right now. So guess what? We're going to go to Dollar Tree for a lot of our things. So I have these mats here. I have beautiful glitter. This is glitter that I got from Michael's. I like this glitter a lot. It was $10. It's a cute little bag and everything. It is more expensive than I would like to pay, but I needed glitter and a jam really quickly, so I got it from Michael's. Acrylic paint. Probably came from Walmart, somewhere like that. We're going to use this to tint our resin a little bit darker because I don't want my dominoes to be see-through, and that's one of the issues that I've been having. So let's see if this works. I have toothpicks here just in case I see a bubble on top. I can pop it with the toothpick. This is glitter also. Got that from Walmart. So our bottom layer, which will really be our top, is going to be black with glitter in it. The black glitter. Very pretty. These are for my sister. Shh, don't tell her. And then we have our mica powders here. I got a set of these from Amazon, the small ones. Let's see, I have the box here. It's a nice little set. I got these for, I think it's $10. There's quite a few in here, and they're tint very well. So they're very pretty colors. We're going to be using those to tint our color today. Let's see. So that's the mica. This one is more silver, and this one is more white. I bought this one years ago, forgot about it, moved to a new house, unpacked. My son found him. So this is a nice jar of mica powder. It's pretty pricey, so glad to find it. Then today we're using Dr. Crafty. This is my first time using this mixture. I'm not sure how well it's going to work because it already tells me that I have to wait 72 hours for it to fully cure. That's a long time. The resin that I used before, it took 24 hours for it to cure. So we'll see how this goes. I'll let you know. I'll definitely come back later on and let you guys know how it goes. In the end, we have our molds. This is a set I got from Amazon. I like this set because the dominoes are bigger. I like the size of these. This set I got from Etsy. I think they're just too small. I just didn't like them. They're not thick. They're not my cup of tea, but now I have a set of large ones and small ones so people can pick what they want. I left these dirty as well so that I can show you guys how I clean them. Speaking of cleaning, tape. You can use tape or even a lint roller, the one with the removable tape on it. I use this, wrap it around my hand, and I'm able to get all of the extra dirt, all of the extra resin, lint, or anything off of my molds. And then I have an extra mold here. So this is for if we have extra resin, we don't want to waste it. Resin is not cheap. So I have an extra mold here to make keychain letters when I'm finished. Safety first, I am outside. The background you guys saw, that is my garage. And then I have the garage door open for ventilation. I had an experience with resin where I was trying to let the bubbles rise, and I guess it was too hot. And so what ended up happening is it got hot and it started smoking, and all that toxic fumes was, thank God I was in my garage, the door was open, but I needed a respirator. I should have had a respirator, I should say, while I was doing that. So I decided that until I'm able to purchase a respirator, we won't be working with resin. So I got me one from Amazon. This one, plus goggles, I think it was $31 total for the set. These fog up a bit much, so I don't like them, so I don't really wear them. But I will wear my resin. I will wear the respirator. It's super easy to breathe through. So much easier than like a cloth mask that we're wearing right now. So much better than that. And then we have our gloves. it's hard for me to find disposable gloves right now, so I just buy little dollar ones from Dollar Tree for right now. Stir stick. This came with this, along with the cups. Came with the Dr. Crafty. I like these cups, but I think I'm going to invest in some silicone cups to make it easier to clean them. But this stick, I love it. This is what I use to stir the two components together. Let's see what else. Ooh, this is a new addition. So one of the issues that I had when I was doing the two-tone was that I could not, I want to pour the exact amount that's needed to fill up half of the mold. So I bought these. These are 10 milliliter syringes, needleless syringes. I bought a pack of 100 off Amazon. And this will tell me exactly how much I need per space in my mold, so there's nothing wasted. And I'll know exactly how much I need to pour every single time I make dominoes with that particular mold. I'm at that stage. I need to get it done. Okay, so yes. What else? One more thing. These are tools that I use. I use this with my Cricut. I use these to weed vinyl. It's a set of 4. I believe they were like $2. These are so much cheaper than buying Cricut tools. So if you want to save a little money, you don't have to buy their things. These work just as well. Okay? These two I keep out here with me because I like the way, if I want to scrape my board or anything, these work really well. And then I have stir sticks here. I don't use these to stir my resin. I use this to stir my resin. When I did use the sticks, number one, they're too small and they're too short. So it was not painful. I didn't like it. It just took forever. And when I read up on it, it said that these are porous, so they can have holes in them, which causes more bubbles. When I used these sticks, I had so many bubbles in my resin. It was ridiculous. So we don't use that anymore. We use plastic. You can use a plastic spoon even. Just make sure that when you stir all the way around, and you keep your stick in contact with the bottom of the cup at the entire time. Last but not least, we have this bad boy. Pew pew! It's a heat gun. I got it for $15 from Harbor Freight. Super cheap. I like Harbor Freight. The men look at me crazy when I go in there, but I'm buying stuff too, man. So that is all our supplies. I do have a coaster here that I'm working on for my sister. She's a Raiders fan. The resin, I actually used a sticker to put on here. A regular sticker that I printed out on sticker paper and put on here, and then put some resin on it. I was in a hurry, and I did not put a good layer of resin on here. So I'm going to come back today before I add my color and add resin. I'm probably going to clean this too. I have some rubbing alcohol with me. I'm going to clean it before I do anything too. Okay? So I have to add another layer of resin. First things first, we're going to clean our mat. So with this mat, if there's anything stuck to it, you can just bend it like that, and it'll pop off. See, it just wiped off on my hand. Let's see. All of this is just wiping off. Or if you need to, get your trusty tool. Let's see. Yep, this one works perfect. And just push it off like that. Once again, these are from Dollar Tree. So if you scratch them, you don't like them anymore, toss them, get you some new ones. I keep baby wipes with me at all times as well. I have baby wipes, paper towels somewhere. My kids probably took them out of here for some reason, or my husband. Okay. All right, so this is fairly good. This is good enough. It's good enough. All right, so here's our molds. These are pretty dirty. These are pretty gross. I don't know what happened. So we're going to use this to just get off all the extra old resin that I had on here. Okay. Shake it out. That helped. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see. There's little pieces of stuff on it. They collect dust sometimes. I try and keep keep them in a plastic bag, but I don't know. I think I let my daughter demold these, unmold them, and she didn't put it back when she finished. So take some tape, wrap it around your hand like so, and just go for it. Clean up all that mess, because you don't want that to be on any of your dominoes, any of your molds. I do hope to go into coasters at some point. I love resin pouring. I think it's so pretty. I needed an activity also for myself. I've been off work since April, and I was pregnant at the time with the baby. And I was just home with the kids. Man, it was a lot. It was really a lot. No one's ever been through the stuff we're going through right now, and this is all new. So I just needed an outlet, and I saw that the Cricut was on sale one day, so I grabbed me one. And then I just decided, hey, I want to try this. It looks cool. My family, I grew up playing dominoes. My sister still plays dominoes quite a bit with her friends when there isn't a pandemic. So, yeah. This is my top tip, y'all, for cleaning these molds. Look at that. All clean. That one is done. Okay. Now let's do this one. This one still has some stuff on it from last time. There we go. Alright. Shake it out. Alright, now let's get all that excess off. This works great. This is painter's tape. Got it from Walmart. I use this for a lot of stuff. I like this tape a lot. It's very sticky. I will be making some shot glasses, personalized shot glasses, as well as some personalized wine glasses soon. So stay tuned. Please follow my channel if you don't. I want to give you guys some content, give you some good stuff. Remember, I'm a beginner too. I would love to see someone on here who's doing what I'm doing, trying to figure it out, and just sharing their information as they go. You know, we live in a world where people don't want to give you information sometimes. But that's the only way we can learn is by helping each other, you know? Let's see. Get in there real good. I will make sure to store these better next time, so it shouldn't take this long. It should not. I'm going to go until that's not sticky anymore. I'm going to pause this and come back, guys. All right, we are back. I was able to finally clean them. I will make sure to put these in a bag from now on once I finish with them. That took a lot longer than it should have. Alright, so I'm not going to put my components together yet because you only have a certain amount of time to get this pour done. So let's start first by powdering our area. I don't want powder on that. Powdering our molds. Just like a cake pan, y'all. Just like a cake pan. It's excess. I was surprised I have baby powder in my house. I have kids, but we don't use that. We use shea butter. We use coconut butter, pure shea butter, pure coconut butter. Is this cornstarch? Oh, this is cornstarch. Yeah, it's just cornstarch, really. So if you don't have baby powder, cornstarch will work just as well. All right, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it. I'll show you guys. Powder it up just like you do a cake, and then shake off that excess. And this is what you're left with. So this is the before, and that's the after. So that's what you're going for. You don't want any excess left on there. Just a powdery coat, literally, that's it. Okay, do this one now. I think, to be real, this is up and up, so I got this from Target. No. Yeah, I think I got, yeah, this is up and up. I got it from Target. They sell these at the 99-cent store as well. So, $1, and look how big it is. All right, shake that one off. If you think that there's still too much on there, just give it a blow. See that? You saw that? Just enough. Just enough. That's all you want. All right. Pause it again. I want to clean my area. All right. So now we have our molds completely floured. You want to make sure there's no extras in the corners. All right, that one's done. All right, now it's time for us to mix our resin. So I've already poured the actual resin. I think I poured a little too much. I want about 50 milliliters of each. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and return some of that back in there. I don't want to be wasteful. This is the thicker one. The resin is always thicker. The hardener is very thin. There we go. All right, so we're more at 50 milliliters right now. All right, so I have my resin already poured. I poured that because it takes a while for it to go in. I wanted to show you guys my method for pouring my resin and my hardener to help reduce bubbles. So you're gonna This is the hardener, so it goes a lot slower. You pour it in, you want to make sure that the two are connecting. Let's get right here. There we go. When you pour it in, so that helps to reduce the bubbles as well. This is coming out real quick. And I'm going to do 50 milliliters of both the resin and 50 milliliters of the hardener. My numbers have come off of this one. Oh, I guess I will be upgrading. It still has the measurements, but not the numbers. So let's go do that. Keep them in contact with each other because you don't want bubbles. You want the least amount of bubbles as possible. Where's that line? It's this line. Okay. I just wanted you guys to see how I do this. And with the resin hardener mixture I have, it's 1-to-1 mixture. So you're going to put the same amount of both. In this case, I'm using 50 milliliters of resin and 50 milliliters of hardener. Oh yeah, I will be ordering new cups tomorrow. So I can barely see the lines on here. Okay, so they're both a little bit more than 50 milliliters, which is okay. And then you're going to put them both together, and then you're going to mix. This one doesn't say how long to mix them. Mix well. Okay, that's all it says is mix well. All right, let me get my gloves out. All right, we're back. I hope you guys can hear me. I have my mask, my respirator on now because you don't want to breathe this stuff in, trust me. So I take the hardener, because it's thinner, and I'm going to pour that in with my resin. Slowly, because we don't want any bubbles. No unnecessary bubbles. Safety first, guys, please. Safety is key. So this will give me a little bit over 100 milliliters. And I think that worked last time. It's just, unfortunately, I didn't pour correctly. Scrape your containers. Make sure you get all of it out. Try and make it go down the wall so you don't have so many bubbles. Bubbles are not our friend. Yeah, I'm going to get new cups for sure. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a good look. As you can see, there's barely any bubbles in it. I call that a success. There's some, but there's not a lot. So you're going to take your stick. Make sure it touches the bottom. And you're going to stir. You don't want to stir fast. You want to stir just the right amount. You can see it's starting to combine. It'll get cloudy. And then once it's clear, it's ready to go. And you only have a certain amount of time to get this done before it starts to set. So you go circles, figure eights, back and forth. Just make sure you're scraping the bottom. And then make sure to take the time to scrape your sides as well. Your stick should be touching the bottom the whole time. Alright, I'm going to keep this motion going. We'll be right back. Okay, so it's been 4 minutes. I set a timer for 4 minutes. That's how long my last resin said to mix for. This resin doesn't say a particular time. It doesn't give a lot of directions. So we are now finished with that. It's nice and clear. Make sure you scrape your scraper to get all that goodness off. So here you go. Hopefully you guys can see it's a lot clearer now. I'm for sure getting more a different kind of cup. I'm not digging these at all right now. So now I'm going to add a little layer of epoxy to this coaster that I'm working on. Just a little bit. Oh, so you see how I was pulling that out and it was dripping? Don't let it do that. Go up the sides because that causes bubbles as well. I'm actually going to work with that. Have me some rivets here. Let's work with this so I can see a little better. So, and just smooth it out. Smooth it out. That's why we have gloves. And a little bit more. Which works because I think I made a little extra. There we go. It's looking a little better. So I am noticing that this leaks. These syringes leak a little bit. You want to put an excess on there so it makes sure that it gets every bit fill up any holes that you may see. Okay. This is looking better. There are some bubbles, some popping those as I go. Okay? If you guys want to see a video on how I make this, let me know. I will post that as well. Alright. Let's set this aside. I have my respirator on because I don't want to be hurt by the fumes. So it's all mixed up now. Here's a baby wipe to clean my hands real quick. So first, I'm gonna go with, let's go with let's do mica. I like mica. Mica's pretty. It's a good way to tip your resin. It's 1, 2. And then I'm gonna mix it a little bit. Just a smidge. Just to mix it in so you can see. I hope this is helping you guys. Again, when we're mixing, we're going around in circles. And making sure that the stick is connecting to the bottom. Mica doesn't take too long to mix in. I don't want to mix it too much because I'm about to add glitter and some acrylic paint. Look at that. That's gorgeous. The color, I hope you guys can see the effect that that makes. Alright. And then our beautiful glitter. I'm going to add a decent amount of that. And then stir that in. Again, scraping the sides, scraping the bottom the entire time. And I'm going to scrape the stick too. Alright, now let's add a little acrylic paint. I just need it to be as dark as possible. This layer needs to be dark so you can't see through it, so you can't see or cheat when you're playing dominoes. See what your opponent has on the hand. Nobody likes a cheater. Yeah, that helped a lot. It is dark. Alright. So this is what we're working with at this point. Digging it. Alright, so we're back. I did get a new syringe because I don't want to mix my clear. I had clear in here, so I don't want to mix them up. I have 100 of these, so it's all good. That's why we buy in bulk. So, I'm going to do, I think I'm going to fill it up to the 10 milliliter mark, which is as much as it'll take. And then we're going to start filling our mold. I would suggest that you have the tip submerged in the silicone so that it doesn't make any bubbles. Okay, so good. And again, pull it up by the sides. Ah. I'm going to clean that, so I don't want that dripping everywhere. There we go. Just a little bit in there. Alright, now it's at the very tip. If you guys can see. It's 10 milliliters. It's filled up completely. Alright, here we go. Steady pressure. Nice and slow. That was one of the tips I received is to make sure you pour slow. Starting to realize that my table may not be even. Alright, so about 3 milliliters fills up about half of the mold. And the table is not completely level. Make sure your table is level. So we're going to do 3 again. It was at 10, now it's at 7. So we're going to go to 4. Make sure you watch what you're doing. Make sure the whole thing is filled. You only have so much time to work with your resin. Alright, so that's exactly 3. I'm hoping that this works, yo. Alright, and then this, what's left is 4. So we're gonna go, we should have 1 left when we finish with this one. So, doing it this way. Again, I'm a beginner, y'all. This is like the scariest part of doing all of this. Alright. So I'm gonna, only this time I'm only gonna get 9, so I can have exactly enough in here. See, that time I didn't clean it off. Look what you get when you don't clean it off. I'm gonna get a stick. Let's see if I can clean it off the sides, because I don't want it going up the sides. If it goes up the sides, that messes up your two-tone color. There we go. Got it. So this time, I fold it up to 9. So we'll do 3 each. This will probably be a good way. Use your stir sticks to do this. I'm gonna do 2 more, guys, and then I'm gonna do it nice and slow. Oh yeah, that works so much better. Alright, so I found the way that I like. It's so weak. Yep. Try using a stick to get it where we want it to go. There we go. Oh yeah, that worked. There's always a reason for stir sticks. Oh, these need a little bit more than 3. There we go. Make sure you're looking at your entire mold as you're doing this. See, I didn't realize that the entire mold wasn't filled up. So it's a little bit more than 3 per mold, per area. That's looking pretty even though. I'm digging it. I like this. I like this method. Let's get a little bit more. Alright, let's try this method and see if it works. Alright, we're going to go around the circles, go around the edges first. Make sure you go all the way to the edge. Nice and slow. So therefore you know that you got your resin all up where you need it to be. And then do the middle, fill in the middle. Slowly pushing down the syringe. That's it. We did it. And it actually gives you a little design. These are halfway full. These are working. So it's a little bit more than 3 milliliters per cavity. So around the edges all the way, slowly pushing down, and then fill in the middle. Make sure when you take it out, rub it on the side, lift it up against the side so it doesn't cause any bubbles in the resin. Clean it. Clean the syringe really quick with your baby, whatever you have. Baby wipes is good. They're not sticky. I like that a lot. Bam. So we now have our method. All right, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to come back and show you guys how to finish these up. So, again, hopefully you're seeing this. I'm going around the edges. So I'm going to make that rectangle. Slowly pushing your syringe down. And then fill in that middle. I'm not even pushing really that much now. And you got it. So they're a little bit more than half full, but it's okay because I just want them to have the same amount on each domino. So it's not perfect. I see what's happening there. It's by no means perfect, but it will work. So again, it's a little bit more than 3 milliliters for each cavity. All right, these are a gift. They don't have to be perfect, but I want them to be as close to perfect as possible. All right, one more. Hopefully this angle is a little bit better for you guys. All right, go around all the edges. Okay, we're back. Everything is poured up. I did well. I think these came out much better than the last ones. Next step, we're going to use a trusty heat gun to get out any bubbles that are on top. I'm going to do a low setting. I'm going to do high. When you use the heat gun, keep it moving. It gets out any bubbles that may form at the top. Keep it moving, keep it moving. This is also why you buy a high quality mold, because if your mold is not high quality, this will melt. Keep it moving. Get all those beautiful bubbles out. I did have some extra resin, so I made a couple keychains. I'm getting a collection together to make, smoking, to make, magnets for my daughter, for my toddler, to play with. Pop all those bubbles too. We're done. Alright, so that's it for the top layer. I'm going to let this dry for like an hour, and then I'll have a part 2 video for you guys to do how I do the second layer. Alright, thanks a lot.